Hello dears, and welcome back to the channel Benidorm by Anna, where we share with you a lot of interesting and useful information about Benidorm town and Spain in general. There is a lot of noise for the jet motorcycles, the water motorcycles. I know they're called in a different way, but you know what I mean, because the season has started, so there's a lot of excursions already going on, and we are by the seashore to let you know the latest news update from Spain, Costa Blanca and Benidorm town. And today we have quite important and interesting news for all of you guys, prepared as usual. Fresh latest news from Spain. We will start as usual with the tourism situation in Spain right now. What are the prices, if they went up and down, what's the situation in bars and restaurants and etc. Then we will talk about holiday rental scams. Yes, as soon as the high season is starting, as soon as the summer season starts in Spain, there are many people who try to scam you all and make false advertisements inside of booking.com, Airbnb and a lot of other websites, basically saying that they provide a short-term rental, like vacational rental apartments, but it's actually a false advertisement, and whenever you book with them you get scammed. So we'll talk about that and how to prevent it, how to see and try and check if it's a true page or if it's something false, you know, to just grab and take all your money. And the last news will be about the brand new tips thing, how it's working right now in Spain in terms of tips, and what's the new system that many places, especially in a few towns in Spain, are trying to implement right now. And as usual, we'll finish with the weather forecast for the next week, just in case if you're coming here on holidays. Let's start with the situation in tourism right now. This is officially the last day. Today, Monday, is officially the last day whenever we have bank holidays here in the area. So obviously today a lot of usual supermarkets and typical supermarkets, they all work only up until midday or are closed in general. For example, like Mercadona supermarket, Lidl, Consum and all these, they're working up until 2:30 more or less. And starting from tomorrow, it's a normal work week. However, children still have holidays up until next week on Tuesday, which is really interesting, but it is how it is in our region. So you'll still see a lot of movement during this following week. Hotels are still quite full. We still see a lot of people arriving, departing. It's a constant shift between tourists here in the area, both national and international ones. Bars and restaurants recommend book a table, especially if it's on the terrace or at any specific area of the establishment, just because it's getting full quite fast, and some of the times people have to make a queue in order to wait to be attended and wait to be seated at the specific table. So it is definitely quite busy here right now in Benidorm, Alicante, Albier, Altea, in all the area of Costa Blanca. The most expensive days were these ones right here, whenever everything was almost fully booked, and there were prices around 300 euros for just one single night for Easter weekend, which is like the most popular days to arrive. Right now prices will go down already towards normal prices like 40, 50, 60, 70 euros, depends on the establishment that you choose for your accommodation here in Benidorm. The excursions, in a sense of sea excursions, for example, boat trips towards Calpe, towards Benidorm's island, all these excursions are working already from the port of Benidorm, so you can go there directly. You can purchase tickets in advance, but you can also go there and purchase it directly at the port, which is what we are usually doing whenever we want to travel with some of these boats to explore other areas. By the way, our website, I've mentioned to you guys that shortly we will publish our website. It's almost there. We're finishing last touches with the dates, available dates for the trips, for the tours. So it will be on in just about 2 days. On 12th of April is the new publishing date. I'm gonna leave you the link in a community tab shortly. One day before, 24 hours before, I'm gonna leave you a link towards the new website. And remember, April's 12th is when we're gonna have everything ready, including payment, specific payment online, just deposit payments, full payments with credit card, with bank transfer, with PayPal. You're able to book fully online, so you don't need to write an email or write a contact form. You can just directly book it for the date whenever you want to have it, for all the available dates. I mean, you also have contact forms. You have extra services and other services that we will offer starting from now on. You have it in different languages as well, so all the information about the area, about different towns, villages and cities. It's a full grown professional website right now. I've put all my soul into it, so I definitely hope that you will love it. Remember, April 12th, set your timer. This is when our website will go officially live. And now let's talk about the second news, the holiday scams. Holiday rental scams, it's been something that's been bothering us for quite a while, but starting from September last year especially, the police departments were starting to get more and more alerts from different tourists saying that they've been scammed and that there's some issues going on. Whenever they book the apartment, they just see that well, the apartment either doesn't exist, or it's like a false website, or all their money has been taken from them. Like, what is actually going on? So they've alerted the police officers, and since then police departments have been tracking down all these emails, all these IP addresses, all these websites, and they've managed already to detect quite a lot of them. There's at least 128 frauds detected so far with the false advertisements on booking.com, Airbnb and other portals for holiday rentals here in Costa Blanca, and especially in the area of Alicante and Benidorm, of course. This has happened on the most famous platforms, obviously those that people use the most, because if not, it doesn't make any sense to do the scam, right? And usually what they did is their modus operandi, how they tell here in Spain, was to provide lower prices below the market rates, which obviously draws attention, right, towards this this property, and people are saying, oh wow, it's so cheap, then maybe we should book it. And this is when you basically got caught into the scam. What they are doing is use directly the website and put false advertisements with pictures, without pictures, for cheap prices. Or they're doing is just send an email, for example. They send it randomly, you know, they don't know if you actually have a booking, but they send a random email with files, and if you click on these files, they just take all your details, they get to your bank account, they just take the money from your bank account, you know, it's just, they're stealing all your identity from it. So you need to be really, really careful. And how can you actually spot if it's a scam or not? Well, first of all, I have here all the information. First of all, you need to see if the rental is way cheaper than other options here in the area. This might put you in alert already, so don't rush yourself into booking. Check it the best as you can. Compare it to similar apartments nearby and check the prices. So first of all, check the price. If it's too good to be true, probably it's not true. The next thing is check the advertisement itself and check the text. If it has a lot of text typing errors and just incorrect words or spelling, this probably is not a professional who wrote this advertisement. The second part is only email or WhatsApp, that they don't allow you to book via official website. They only allow you to book with WhatsApp or email address, or just by calling. This is the only way, so need to be careful when you see this. And also, if they do not have any kind of pictures posted, that's like a red flag. But like out of all, that's like the reddest, most red ever flag for you to stop and don't book with them. If they don't show you any kind of pictures, if they say, oh no, I cannot send it to you right now, I'm gonna send it later, but you can book meanwhile, you know, because it's gonna fly, you know, it's not gonna be available soon, I have many more people asking for it, like these type of things. If you see it, run away, search for another property, please, because there's been a lot of people scammed so far. It's 128, but there's going to be probably more and more coming as the police department thinks. And the best thing is, if you see some of these that are kind of suspicious, alert and report it directly to the website where you're seeing it. Like this, they can take it down and no more people will get hurt if you're sure that it's a scam. And before we go with the last news, I really wanted to mention something. Someone told me this wind. Someone told me in the comments yesterday about this this sad situation that has happened in one of Benidorm's hotels on the Levante beach with this couple, the British couple, that people basically think, I don't know what happened, so I'm not gonna give my opinion about it. I just know it's sad, and I think it's sad. A lot of people think that basically this woman was thrown away through the balcony by her husband. She's around 36 and he's 41, and this was on midnight from Friday to Saturday. She basically got thrown away from the 6th floor down. She's in the hospital, she's alive, but she has a lot of issues right now with health, so she's in the public hospital trying to recover, and obviously she's not in a position where she can talk and actually tell what has happened. So police officers are basically waiting for her to wake up, hopefully. And he was arrested. However, the last information that we got just this morning, which is why I wanted to update you all guys, just in case you knew about the situation, the last information that we just got this morning is that he's not arrested. He went back, so he's free. He doesn't have any charges at all, and by latest news, he's just, nothing has ever happened. Okay, so like nothing. He doesn't have any charges. He's not arrested. He can go wherever he wants. He can travel freely. No kind of limitations are put on him whatsoever. So police doesn't really think that he's like involved. I mean, they might think he's involved, but they don't have any kind of official proof to say that this is the case, because some people say they heard the fight, some people say they didn't, you know, and they just don't know whom to believe, and without a proper proof they cannot do anything, and they had to let him go. So he's free, absolutely free, like a bird right now. That might change if she wakes up, if she tells what has happened, but as for now, nothing has happened and he's free to go. And now let's go with the last news, shall we? The last news is about the brand new tip form, let's say, to give the tips inside of bars, restaurants, cafeterias, etc. And it's not a Spanish way. The Spanish way usually is, a lot of people are actually interested how we give tips here in Spain. What we actually do is, we don't have like a specific system. It's not stated anywhere in any establishment how many tips, how much of a tip we need to give. We just give whatever we feel like, or we don't give anything, depending on how the service actually went. Because here they receive a specific salary for it, and the salaries are slightly lower than it should be with all the issues that they have in this sector, but still, I mean, it is what it is. Here they have proper hourly wage and proper contract wage, so there is no need of adding tips as an extra income, as it might be, for example, in US. If I'm not wrong, correct me if I'm wrong, but I do think that in US, they have the same system that right now many places here in Spain are trying to implement. We've seen this already in Madrid and Barcelona, and what they do is that whenever you sit down at the table, even the waiter himself comes, or herself, comes to your table and lets you know about the new tips system, which is the American way, they call it here in Spain, ironically. And basically this system, what they do is they show you on a paper that you have a recommended tip between 5 and 10% depending on what you've spent at this particular place. Although it's not obligatory, but they do show it as a recommended option. They put a lot of effort into showing like that you need to give this kind of tip, even though they say it's not obligatory, but it makes you feel bad, you know, and it's just, I don't think it's a correct way to do it. You know, Spanish are not used to these things. Maybe people who travel a lot from the US, for example, obviously that's not an issue, but here it's not how it usually worked. So it scares away a lot of potential customers, because they're saying, well, if I need to do so, like I cannot spend more money on tips, or I don't have more money to spend, you know, or I don't feel that's a correct amount of money to give, even though the service was good, or I just simply don't leave tips, never ever, you know, who knows. So this is the new system that is being put right now. Many people say that that's actually being put in place to cover up the wages that they have right now, to somehow make more people come into this sector, because you know that bars, restaurants are lacking waiters so bad in all our region, in all Spain in general. There is thousands and thousands of free available job positions that are not being filled, simply because people don't want to work for the wage that they have and for the conditions that they have right now. So what they think is that businesses just came up with a new idea how to make it seem that they are going to be receiving higher income, when actually it should not be like this. You know, the salary should be higher, instead of asking other people who also have like economic issues, maybe, who knows, to pay for their working hours. Let us know what you think and how it should be in your opinion. If the system that we have right now in Spain, I want to tip, I tip, I don't want to tip, I don't tip, I want to tip and I do as much as I want or as little as I want, from 1 cent up until what you want to give, you know, depends on what you can give as well and what the service was. Or if it's a good way to have this new American tipping style and put slightly higher percentage depending on how much do you actually spend on your food in this establishment. And let us know how it is working in your country. And now let's talk about the weather. What is waiting for all those of you who will be coming shortly to Spain on holidays? During today's morning time, it was quite cloudy, and some of these clouds are still here. However, the sun has came out already a tiny bit. Just look at there, they're doing paddle surf. Well, that's kind of like a paddleboard, sorry. So right now the sun came out already a tiny bit more, which makes even more people to go out and enjoy this sunny day. As for the rest of the week, it will be sunny. There's some rain coming to north parts of Spain, but it's not gonna hit us in any kind of way. Here, as usual, 7 more days of sunshine and amazing weather. The temperatures are slightly cooler than they used to be before, around 20 to 21 degrees. And south parts of Spain, they're gonna be hitting even 34, which is epic, especially in Murcia. That's gonna be the warmest part of all. On Wednesday, suddenly, all of a sudden, totally unplanned, we will hit here 30 degrees, and afterwards 22, 24 more or less again. So this is what the weather will be like for 7 more days here in the region. Thank you for accompanying us on today's latest news update from Spain and Benidorm town and Costa Blanca in general. I hope you enjoyed watching it, and I'll see you tomorrow in a new video where we will talk about the hotels in Benidorm that allow stag parties and bachelor parties inside of them, either to avoid or to book, depends on how you see it. We'll see you then. Bye.